Yashodanandana Vrajajanaranjana Yashodanandana Vrajajanaranjana Yamunatiravanachari Yamunatiravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giribharadhari Jaya Yashodanandana Vrajajanaranjana Yamunatiravanachari Yamunatiravanachari Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki, Shri Mayapur Dham ki, Gaur Premanande. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, chapter 21, text 28. First of all, I'd like to thank all of you who are residing in Mayapur. It's such a nice thing to come back to Mayapur. I've been traveling extensively for 4 months. I was in Europe with His Holiness Banu Swami, doing some preaching there. And I just came back a few days ago. I'm leaving tonight again for going to Japan. So please bless me that I can continue my service and the mission of Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. So, we are reading text 28. Samāhitam hṛdayam yatremān parivatsarān tvām brahman nṛpa-vadhūḥ kāmam bhajiṣyati samāhitam hṛdayam yatremān parivatsarān tvām brahman nṛpa-vadhūḥ kāmam bhajiṣyati samāhitam hṛdayam yatremān parivatsarān tvām brahman nṛpa-vadhūḥ kāmam bhajiṣyati. Samāhitam hṛdayam Mataji. Samāhitam hṛdayam yatremān parivatsarān bhagavatam samāhitam hṛdayam yatremān parivatsarān tvām brahman nṛpa-vadhūḥ kāmam bhajiṣyati. Samāhitam has been fixed. Te, your. Hṛdayam, heart. Yatra, on whom. Imān, for all these. Parivatsarān, ears. Sa, she. Tvām, you. Brahman, O brahmana. nṛpa-vadhūḥ, the princess. Kāmam, as you desire. Asu, very soon. Bhajiṣyati, will serve. translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The princess, holy sage, will be just the type you have been thinking of in your heart for all those long years. She will soon be yours and will serve you to your heart content. Please repeat after me. The princess, or holy sage, will be just the type you have been thinking of in your heart for all those long years. She will soon be yours and will serve you to your heart content. Purport. The Lord awards all benediction according to the heart desire of the devotees. So the Lord informed Kardama Muni, the girl who is coming to be married with you is a princess, the daughter of Emperor Svāyambhuva, and so just suitable for your purpose. Only by God's grace can one get a nice wife just as he desires. Similarly, it is only by the God's grace that a girl gets a husband suitable to her heart. That it is said that if we pray to the Supreme Lord in every transaction of our material existence, everything will be done very nicely and just suitable to our heart desire. In other words, in all circumstances, we must take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and depend completely on His decision. Man propose, God dispose. The fulfillment of desire, therefore, should be entrusted to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is the nicest solution. Kardama Muni desired only a wife, but because he was a devotee of the Lord selected a wife for him, who was the emperor's daughter, a princess. Thus Kardama Muni got a wife beyond his expectation. If we depend on the choice of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, we will receive benediction in greater opulence than we desire. It is also significantly noted here that Kardama Muni was a brahmana, whereas Emperor Svāyambhuva was a kshatriya. Therefore, intercaste marriage was current even in those days. The system was that a brahmana could marry the daughter of a kshatriya, but a kshatriya could not marry the daughter of a brahmana. We have evidence from the history of the Vedic age that Sukracharya offered his daughter to Maharaj Yayati, but the king had to refuse to marry the daughter of a brahmana. Only with the special permission of a brahmana could they marry. Intercaste marriage, therefore, was not prohibited in the olden days, many millions of years ago, but there was a regular system of social behavior. I read once again the translation. The princess or holy sage will be just the type you have been thinking of in your heart for all those long years. She will soon be yours and will serve you to your heart content. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Militannena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Shri Mate Bhaktivedanta Swamini Dinamine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine. Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pasattade Sattarine. Vancha Kalpakarubhyascha Kripasindu Bhevacha. Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Shri Gaur Bhatta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So this is a very beautiful pastimes and There are many, many instructions in this verse in Srila Prabhupada Purport which make us meditate on so many subjects. I was a brahmachari for 10 years and I was a temple president in Chennai, and I was doing a lot of house program. I want to share my experience with you. And then at one point I started to feel maybe I should get married. But then I was thinking in my head, why I have this desire, will this be Krishna conscious? Sometimes we think when we are brahmachari, if I get married, this is a fall down. Why you're thinking of enjoying. So many thoughts in my mind. And I asked many devotees. At the time, I had the great pleasure of being associated with many great devotees, His Holiness Bhanu Maharaj, and many other great Vaishnava, including Atma Tattva Prabhu from South India. So he told me, no, Ganga, it's not sinful, it's not bad that you desire to get married. This is natural. Some people need companionship. Those exalt brahmanas, brahmachari, you can remain brahmachari. This is wonderful, because if they can maintain the high consciousness and become sannyasi, they can transcend the old platform of going through the hardship of getting married also. Yeah, because there are many lessons once you get married. And of course, these are nice lessons which some people have to go through and learn. Correct me if I'm wrong. Our Prabhu is there, is our senior leader on Mayapur. So, eventually, I asked my spiritual master, His Holiness Jayapataka Swami, that maybe I should get married because I'm doing so many house program, preaching program, there are so many girls, sometimes they ask so many questions. He said, okay, no problem. You get married. I said, okay. So number one, he said, change your clothes, put on white. Then at one point he said, when I saw him the next time, he came for Ratha Yatra, he said, I think you should marry this girl. She's from South India, and she's from a brahman family. She's very nice. She's a chartered accountant, and you can learn something from her. And I say, I didn't know her. I said, but what about this girl? What about this girl? What about this other girl and this one? I said, Ganga, don't be Italian, okay? I'm telling you, you marry this girl. She's good for you. But check with astrology, with Bhanu Maharaj. Go and meet the parents, speak to them, see if they agree. I don't know. But in my mind came this, and I'm telling you. I say, okay, Jai Gurudev. So if Guru say instructions, so we must follow. So we check, the chart was matching, and then I went to Bangalore and speak to the parents. The father, mother were also initiated, the whole family were devotee, very nice. I spoke, the father and mother, they have 5 daughters and 3 sons, so they're big family. And I'm thinking, which one of these 5 sisters I should marry? And then the mother say, no, this is one. Sit here, talk to her. I say, okay. I ask, what's your name? Her name is Raseshwari Devidasi. And I spoke to her for a few hours. And I realized that she was very nice. And the next time I went to talk to them, and of course they feed me prasadam. The brother was also brahmachari, said, hey, what's your intention with my sister? What's in your mind? What's going on? Are you going to leave my sister after a few years? I said, no, why are you thinking like that? Now he's a sannyasi. His name is Bhaktivinoda Swami, very wonderful devotee. I said, no, look, my intention is good, I want to have family life, I want to have kids, but eventually, maybe, whatever Krishna wants. He said, okay, be careful, okay? I said, you're threatening me? I am from Italy. I'm from the mafia. What, you're going to fight with me? He said, no, I'm not threatening you, but I'm telling you, be careful, okay? I said, okay. So the next time I went to talk to them, and again she sit in front of me, all the people going on, and there's so many things happening, cooking, this, that. The mother came to me and said, I think both of you should go to the next room upstairs in our house and talk to each other freely. I said, okay, this is surprising, But then we talk another 3 hours, and after 3 hours talking to my future wife, I thought, she's a very nice girl. I asked her, what's your plan for the future? What you want to do? She said, I want to serve Krishna, we want to serve the Vaishnavas. It's a very nice plan. And so I thought, I think I can live with this girl for all my life. I have no problem. She's witty, she's smart, she's sharp. She knows already Krishna consciousness. She's already initiated brahmana. She knows many things. Okay, let's fix the marriage. The marriage was fixed. 29th of May in 1987, we got married in Chennai. Was the hottest day of the year, 42 degrees. I called my mother to come from Italy with my brother. They came. We had a fire, jagya. Now, South Indian marriage, you don't think, is not just one day business. No, it's many days. You have to start before. They give you a bath with haldi and spices. You become all yellow. And I said, what is this? He said, don't worry, we know everything. You have to purify yourself in order to accept this girl. I said, what? Anyway, 3 days of many mantras and things and purification. It was fun. And then the day comes, there's a fire sacrifice we do in our courtyard. There are many Swami, 2,000 people, all the life members, they came, we put a tent. And it was very hot. But, Atma Tattva performed the sacrifice, 3 or 4 hours going on, explaining the mantra. At one point he said, touch your heart of your wife. I say, you sure? He said, yes, this is the Vedic mantra. I say, okay. Then I touched her heart. She's wearing silk sari. She's sweating like anything. And the mantra say, chant the mantra. He said, Ganga, from today, your wife, she's perfect. I said, wow. I said, I didn't know I have so much power. He said, no, you don't understand. It's not that by touching your wife she becomes perfect. It's that from today you don't see any imperfection in her. You purify your eyes. Because to find imperfection is very easy, but you need intelligence to see good quality in people. I said, fair enough. I like this explanation. So he was explaining the whole mantra, the whole jagya, and everything went nice. Eventually, okay, we are living in the temple. We don't have a place to sleep. We don't have a house. We are not having nothing. I was brahmachari for 10 years. I said, you sure you want to marry me? I don't have anything. She said, why you worry? Krishna will give us everything. I said, okay, sounds good. But where are we going to sleep tonight? She said, I don't know. Then one life member say, oh, I have a roof in my house with a coconut, just like this pandal. You can sleep there. I'll get one bed and one almirah. You can start to sleep. It's just 5 minutes walk. I say, okay, whatever. And so this is our beginning of our spiritual life. But this was arranged by my spiritual master. And so far so good. I've been married for 38 years. I have 2 sons. I have 4 grandchildren. We have been serving so many different positions in ISKCON, in a great family of Srila Prabhupada established. We are very happy. And here I am, traveling around the world, preaching with the sannyasi. I asked my wife permission now. I want to take vanaprastha. Can you release me? She said, go and preach. Who is stopping you? I'm very happy. I said, Jai. So, very nice. And so, coming back to this verse, sometimes devotees think, oh, if I want to get married, why I want to get married, this, that, so many things. It goes on in their head. But here we can see Kardama Muni is a great sage. He meditated for 10,000 years. And the Lord appeared on Garuda and say, hey, I know what you want. I'll give you a nice wife. She's a princess. And she will fulfill all your desire. And Kardama Muni prayed to the Lord so nicely that the Lord felt like crying. And from the drops of his eyes, the Bindu Sarovar was created. And that is still there in Gujarat. It's 130 kilometers north of Ahmedabad. You can go and see, connected with Saraswati River. So the Lord was very pleased. And in all this chapter, Srila Prabhupada again and again repeat that the Lord makes arrangement for his devotees. Sometimes we think this is Maya. But whatever desire we have, the Lord will fulfill the desire of the devotee. Therefore I say, be careful what you desire, because Krishna will fulfill it. So, but our desire should be always connected to the service of the Lord. Whether we are Grihastha, whether we are Brahmachari, whether we are Vanaprastha, whether we are Sannyasi, whatever we are. How can we please the Lord? That's the main goal of our life. How can we put Krishna in the center of our life? And we go through, up and down, left and right, wherever it happens. These are all lessons for us to learn. These are all passages by which we realize that Krishna is there and is always taking care of the devotees. We should have the firm faith that whatever is happening to me is Krishna's arrangement. The moment we don't have any independent, sinful desire to enjoy ourselves in this great illusion called material world, but we remain fixed in the service of the Lord, then the Lord will make all the arrangement for us. Now, one warning. There is nothing perfect in the material world. The material world is perfectly imperfect. So, whatever wife you get, whatever husband you get, stick to it. Don't start to think, oh yeah, this other one was better, that one was better. No. Krishna is giving you this wife. Krishna is giving you this husband. Serve the husband, serve the wife, protect the wife, give her a house, give her children, whatever you need to do in that ashram, with Krishna in your heart, with Krishna in the center, with the Prabhupada mission and Lord Chaitanya's mission. Let's remain faithful. Because through that experience, we'll become self-realized. When I got the first child, I had a great realization of thinking, oh my God, how many nights you don't sleep because your child has a toothache, has a stomach problem, or whatever. And I'm thinking, my mother had 4 children, and how much love she had for us. She worked really hard. The father going to work 6 o'clock in the morning, come back 3 o'clock in the afternoon, go back work to 6 o'clock in the evening, come back 10 o'clock in the night. He was working in hotel business. He was a maitre-d'. Really hard. Mother, housewife, worked really hard, taking care of 4 children, cooking for us, taking care of us with so much love and affection. So, Kardama Muni got his desire fulfilled by the will of the Lord. The Lord is so merciful because the Lord thinks the devotees are in my heart and I am in the heart of my devotees. So there is an eternal competition between the devotee and Krishna. Krishna wants to serve his devotee and the devotee wants to serve Krishna. And that is a beautiful relationship which we can develop in these different rasas. So devotional service is so wonderful, it's so beautiful. Krishna says, Susukam kartum avyayam, very joyfully performed. We have kirtan, we have beautiful flowers, we have nice prasadam, we have all variety of engagement, which each one of us have different quality. We can all engage this quality in the service of the Lord. And that is the success of a spiritual community. Everybody is contributing in some way to help the devotee remain Krishna conscious and thrive and advance more. So here in Mayapur we have a special community with 10,000 devotees from all over the world. And we are all helping each other to perform devotional service. and we can all become very happy. So, the first symptom of Krishna consciousness is that we become happy. Without becoming happy, how can we be Krishna consciousness? Prabhupada said the symptom of Krishna consciousness is we are happy. And with this happiness in our heart, that connection with the Lord, many people are attracted to us. When we travel in the West, we meet friends, we meet people, and they all say, you have something which I want. I said, that is Krishna. Because Krishna is in everybody's heart. But unless people come to the point of connecting with Krishna, unless the people connect with the devotee and acquire enough agyata sukriti, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Bhaunam jamanam mante gyanamam mam prabhadyante. After millions and trillions of life, a person come in contact with the devotees and they give him a book, and when you read it, you say, wow, this is a very interesting book, I want to read it. Or they see Prabhupada picture, and they say, wow, who is this person? It's so attractive. So, we have a mission in life, which is preaching Krishna consciousness. But achar and prachar, we have to practice ourselves, and then we can preach. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appointed Haridas Thakur as Namacharya. He didn't appoint anyone as Kirtanacharya, as Guru Acharya, not. He did not give initiation to anybody. He didn't do Jagya. He just told everybody to chant Hare Krishna. He received instruction from his Guru, he took initiation, Nityananda took initiation, but they just preach about the holy name, which can redeem everybody in this Kali Yuga. Kalo Sudra Sambhava, we are all born in ignorance. We don't know anything. And unless we come in contact with the devotee and accept the message of the devotee and the teaching of Srila Prabhupada, we cannot progress in spiritual life. Now, Kardama Muni, this pastime was in Satya Yuga. He meditated for 10,000 years, but his life was millions of years. And the Lord appeared on Garuda. And when Garuda left, from the wing of Garuda, the mantra of the Vedas could be heard. Beautiful. So the Lord is on our heart. He is very eager to take the devotee back home, back to Godhead. But are we willing to go? Or we are attached to anything material? Because if we are attached to anything material, Prabhupada say, again we have to come back here. So we have to be very careful of what we desire. There are certain desire we can put in Krishna consciousness, there are certain desire cannot be Krishna consciousness. But nevertheless, the Lord will always assist the devotee, help the devotee to become purified and to go back home, back to Godhead. So we can see in this pastime, the Lord is telling Kardama Muni that you will produce 9 daughters, which the sage will propagate so many other children. So beautiful pastimes, so many lessons to be learned from this sloka. And of course, the princess, why the princess would marry this sage with the matted hair, with tattered clothes, skinny, but the princess followed the authority of the father and mother. Yeah? And of course we know the story how Kardama Muni, accept his wife, and now they live together in a wonderful service of the Lord. So we as a devotee, we have to perform our service every day, every moment of our life, and we can progress very quickly in spiritual life. Of course, Lord Chaitanya has warned us, do not commit offenses against Vaishnavas, because that's the only thing which can refrain us from advancing. We maybe see so many devotees in so many different activities. Sometimes we don't understand. Very easily we find fault. What's going on? This is Maya. But before we come to that conclusion, we have to deeply understand, because devotees are performing so many activities for the pleasure of the Lord. And if their intention is pure, we should accept that as devotional service. So we should not make mistake of criticizing any Vaishnava, any Vaishnavi, anybody who is engaged in devotional service, because by performing offenses against the Vaishnava, our advancement will stop. We will not feel any more happy. We will not feel any more attracted to go to the temple. We will not feel attracted to chant the holy name and serve. Srila Prabhupada said, Purna Masika Bhav. You will go back to where you start. If we fall down from the platform of mercy of the Lord, if we were hippie, we'll become hippie. If we were businessman, we become businessman. If we were whatever we were, we'll become again that. So we must be very, very careful. Because all the devotees, all the living entities actually are very, very dear to the Lord. And we are in these pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When the demigod look at us, for them 500 years is only 5 minutes. They see us, they say, these are the people of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu pastimes. And they are thinking, we are spending millions of lifetime, millions of years in this higher planetary system, try to enjoy, succumb. The dance, every word is a dance, and there is so many songs and this and that, so many pastimes. But look at this devotee. In one lifetime, they can go back home, back to God. They desire to come and take birth on this planet in order to go back home, back to God very quickly. So our life is set. We have the teaching of Srila Prabhupada, we have the holy name, we have prasadam, we have a beautiful community here in Mayapur. We have all the facility for us to become perfect and return home, back to Godhead. So let us become very attentive and careful and positive in serving the mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Srila Prabhupada. Okay, the class has to be finished by 9 a.m. It is 9:41. I will stop here. I'd like to thank everybody. And if you have any question or any comment, any advice for me, please speak. We have a microphone. Do we have a microphone? Yes, we have a microphone. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki.
Hare Krishna, thank you for the class. Yesterday on Bhagavatam we were discussing about tolerance and how to be to have the unflinching faith in Krishna consciousness. And sometimes we have a trouble in family life, and you maybe from your experience, maybe you can give some advices also how to be focused. And you said already that whatever we just need to be stick and just to continue. But sometimes it's not a lot of devotees can follow that.
Thank you. Very nice question. So I think it's question of practicing and having deep faith in our heart, because we all go through different experiences in life, you know. And if we have faith that the Lord will protect us, we can see this unraveling in front of our eyes. I can tell you one example. When we are doing the Panchatattva deity, I was in South India with Jananivas Prabhu and other devotees, Bhagavatam Prabhu, Narayan, his son, my son, Gadadhar. He was with me. He was maybe 8 to 10 years old. And then we were coming back to Calcutta, and we stopped in one station in South India. I don't remember the name. It's a famous station. He stopped the train for 10-15 minutes. So my son say, Daddy, Daddy, let's go and buy some drink. There is some milk drink with flavor. You know? What is called the station? You remember? Is, anyhow, I forgot. What is that, Mataji? Huh? Vishakhapatnam, maybe, yes. So anyway, we stopped there. I told Bhagavatam and his son, okay, be here, I'll go and buy the milk and come back. So, you know, there are many platforms. This milk booth was on the other platform, so we go the other side. And then we come back to the train. We bought 4 packets. But then my son and the other son say, oh, but we wanted more. 1 packet is not enough for us. I said, okay, no problem. Let's go and buy 1 more. So we went to buy again to the other platform. And we bought another 4. But by the time we reached there back, the train started to move. And me and my son are running behind this train, which is almost ready. We are ready to catch the train, but I almost got it. But then I said, I cannot leave my son behind. We ran without shoes to run faster, but we couldn't catch the train. So my son is crying, oh, we missed the train, what to do? I have a t-shirt, I have my shorts, we have 100 rupees in my pocket, we don't have the ticket, we don't have anything. Now what to do? My son is crying. I said, don't worry, okay, relax, no problem. Just sitting here and we'll think what Krishna has in plan. I say, you know what, let's go and speak with the station master. So we went inside. The station master said, please sit down. He did some work. Then he said, how can I help you? He said, well, sir, we missed the train. You say, how you missed the train? Well, we are inside this train, and I explained to him everything about the milk. Now we have the milk, please take 1. He said, no, it's okay. Don't worry, I can take milk anytime I want. But I say, okay, what to do? He said, no problem. Are you connected with Hare Krishna? He said, yes, you can see, you know, we are Hare Krishna people. He said, okay, you sit down here and wait. My son's still crying. I said, don't cry, it's okay. Then after 15 minutes he come back, he said, come with me. I said, okay, let's go with him. We go, and he introduced us to another gentleman dressed like, you know, like a station attendant. He said, this person will put you in another train. I said, but I don't have the money, I don't have the ticket. He said, no problem. I explained to him everything. Don't worry, take care. Okay. Then we wait in there half an hour. The train come, another train, Coromandel Express, I don't know what's the name. So then this person said, come with me. He introduced us inside the ticket controller inside the train. And he say, can I put you in the first class? Because there is no seat in second class AC. I say, whatever you like. You can put us in the third class also in the toilet, no problem. We have to reach Calcutta. He said, no problem. So he put us in the first class. I said, but we have no ticket. He explained to me everything, don't worry. I said, what time this train will reach? He will reach at this time. I said, wow. So we reach half an hour before the other train. And we are in a station waiting for the train, and the train come in. We saw from the window, we know S3. And Bhagi said, what? You took a flight? Krishna carry you with Garuda? I said, no, relax. We lost the train and explained to him everything, and he said, oh, Krishna is arranging everything. We took our luggage and we came to Mayapur. So, do we have faith in the Lord that the Lord will save us? Yes. I'm thinking that if all of us think in our life, in retrospect, we can see so many situations like this where Krishna makes some facility for us to be safe. Of course, we have to look with the eyes of love, because Krishna, this can apparently look like, by chance this happened, but nothing happened by chance. Krishna is arranging everything. So, coming back to you, Prabhuji, let's have firm faith in our heart. I'm not telling you to cross the road blindfolded and get hit by bus. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying, have faith in the Lord, practice Krishna consciousness, tolerate the hardship of heat, cold, whatever it is, and go on in your mission of your life, because everybody's tolerating everything. One time I was in a train going to Calcutta, and some people came. They said, move. I said, there is no place to stay, where I'm standing there in front of the door because it's so hot. They open one suitcase and they start to play card. And I say, what about? He said, move. You are coming one time. We're going every day in this train, and this is our business. I said, okay. So many people go from Navadip to Calcutta every day to work, 2.5 hours, 3 hours, and they come back in the night to Navadip to their home. So struggle for existence, yes? But we as a devotee, Krishna is not giving us so much struggle. Krishna is making so many arrangements that we can practice Krishna consciousness. Prabhuji, correct me if I'm wrong. He agree. Any other question is there? Does this answer your question, Prabhuji?
It's fully answered the question. The question was mostly about the family life between the husband and wife.
Okay.
But if it's
between the husband and wife, you just have to tolerate. Your wife will tell you something, and you say yes. What you say is correct. It's very simple. My grandfather said, "You want to be happy married life? Just give your wife whatever she wants." I say, "Okay, simple instruction." Her mother give instruction to her. Give your husband whatever he wants. So, easy going life. But, hey, what is the problem? You want to argue, you want to fight? There is no time. Who wants to fight with your own wife? Who wants to fight with a husband? It's fruitless. It's not need. It just creates more disturbance. So try to understand. We all have different mind. We all have different priority. But if she's serving you sincerely, and Krishna is the center, and she is a devotee of the Lord, okay, everybody, we can accommodate everybody's mind. Ultimately, love is expressed through service. So if you provide the house, you provide the food, she's keeping the house clean, she's taking care of your children, what more do you want? Simple living, high thinking. That prepares you to the next level. Is it correct? Prabhuji is correct? Yes, he has agreed. Anybody disagree here, Mataji? I'm sorry, I did not consult you. Mataji is correct? Yes. Yes or no? Yes, yes. Okay. Any other questions there? Otherwise, almost another 5 minutes we have. Brahmachari, any question? If you can remain Brahmachari is the best, but if you want to try, get married. Pray to the Lord to give you a nice wife. Yes, Prabhuji. One Brahmachari question finally came out of the box.
You mentioned about Lord Chaitanya's preaching, and you said that he didn't. You said they were just telling people to chant Hare Krishna, and I was thinking about sometimes when we try and convince people to chant Hare Krishna, you see, seems like sometimes it just falls on deaf ears, and sometimes even maybe visitors will come to the temple and just sit there and not chant, and you can't persuade them, I was wondering if you have any realization on this, how to do this better.
Yeah, so for us preacher, we have to understand what level people they are, so accordingly we can give instruction. See, as I explained, Agyata Sukriti, people have to acquire and ask Sukriti, they will want to chant. Every day after Mangalarti we make people chant japa, and then they announce 30 people agree to take the japa and chant every day. But out of 100 people, only 30 people. What about the other 70? We cannot force them. My grandfather said you can take the horse to the lake, you can put his head inside the water, but if he doesn't want to drink, he will not drink. So we don't want to force people, because in the 10 offenses, one of the offenses is to preach to the faithless person. But if this person has already come to the temple, he has taken darshan, he's taken prasadam, just tell him, hey, sir, every day chant one time Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. If the person accept to chant every day one time, I tell many of my friends in Italy, okay, chant one time Hare Krishna. At least you chant one time, even if you chant one time. Ajamil was liberated from all his karma. He just called his son Narayan. All these people, they know Krishna is God. Some people, they have misconception. Kali is God, Shiva is God, Durga is God, Ganesh is God. Who is God? They are like, there's some misconception. But slowly, they have come to the right place. They took darshan of the Lord. They took some prasada. They maybe took charanamrita. Maybe they hear the kirtan. So after many millions of lifetimes, these people will be ready to receive the instruction of the devotee and progress in spiritual life. As a preacher, you have to know, when you speak to people, don't force them. Just say, how are you, sir? You're such an intelligent person. You look wonderful. You're dressed so nicely. You know, what's your job? What you do? And then you find some connection. Then how you can enter into his life and explain Krishna consciousness in different way. Like Srila Prabhupada, many devotees went and preached at the time in university. He did not say, oh, you have to go dressed like a brahmachari. The devotee felt I should go with a suit and tie. Okay. Prabhupada was not stereotype. Preaching is the essence, but how will people receive your preaching? You should be so expert that people will like you, and because they like you, they will take the book or will take the chanting of the holy name. We cannot force people. Krishna doesn't force us, he gives us independence. We want to go back to God, we can go. But if you want to stay here, you stay here. So it's our choice. It's our freedom. So-called freedom, but so we have to become expert in presenting Krishna consciousness. Sometimes Srila Prabhupada say, don't preach to them so much and give them some book. Maybe they take it home. Maybe he doesn't read, but his son will read, his daughter will read, his uncle will read, and somebody will become Krishna conscious. They're like time bomb. They will explode. Is it not? So we have to become expert in presenting Krishna consciousness, and according, like doctor, how much medicine that patient needs. If you give too much medicine, he will die. If you give too less, he will not get cured. So we are like the doctor of the soul. We think, okay, how much can this person take? Letting go one small step toward Krishna. If you preach too heavily, then they'll think, these people, they're brainwashed, they're trying to, they don't understand. So, expert preaching is required by practicing, going Sankirtan. In India especially, you meet so many people. You meet Mayavadi in South India. I am God, you are God, there is no God, Brahman is only God, this, that. So, you have to say, sir, I agree with you, but which scripture you follow? Which sampradaya you follow? In our scripture, in the Veda, it says many things. But in Srimad Bhagavatam say, Krishna stu Bhagavan Svāyambhuva. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And what Shankaracharya say? Bhaja Govinda, Govindam Bhaja Mudamate. He say, you rascal and fool, chant the name of Govinda. He was the preacher of Mayavadi, but he is incarnation of Lord Shiva. But when we tell this to the Mayavadi, they say, oh no, we are not fool and rascal. You are fool and rascal, you chant Govinda's name. Okay, whatever. So we don't want to offend people, we have to be smart enough to make them come closer to the devotees. Does this answer your question? Thank you so much. One more question, last question.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes.
Prabhu, how to stay away? Hare Krishna. So, Prabhu, how to stay away from doing Vaishnava aparadh? Because at times we see on the face, we see other devotees, they might not be doing right. And we tend to avoid ourselves not to talk about them. But there are so many minute things we tend to talk. So how to stay away and be away doing Vaishnava?
See, this is called Vaishnava aparadha is something very toxic. We should realize that if some people that are discussing about some Vaishnava, we don't want to participate. We walk away. I see myself, His Holiness Manuswami, somebody come and criticize somebody, immediately change the subject, and the talk goes into Krishna. So, the idea is that, as I was telling in a class, to criticize anybody, it doesn't take much brain. We can criticize the moon, Prabhupada say, oh, it's nice, it gives light, but there are so many black spots. Yeah? So the idea is that I am not qualified to correct anybody, number one. If I see something wrong, I can go to that devotee and say, Prabhuji, I see you are doing this. Can you explain to me? Like I say many times in other classes, in Ramanujacharya time, his brother Govinda, he was cousin brother, the devotee went and criticized him. They say, what's going on? Your cousin brother Govinda is sitting outside the prostitute house. Everybody saw him. I said, okay, let me call him and speak to him. He called Govinda, come, sit down. Where you were last night? He said, I was outside one window and I was listening to the Ramayana. They recite so nicely that I was so attracted. I sat down here and I listened to the Ramayana. He said, you know whose house is that? I said, no. Okay, you can go. So he called the devotee and said, look, Govinda was not going to the prostitute. He was just listening to the Ramayana. So what we see is not necessarily the truth. Another time the devotee come and complain again. Govinda, your cousin brother is killing a snake. The snake is going, and he has his mouth in a snake. Why is he killing a snake? Let me talk to him. Govinda, what you're doing with the snake? Oh, he had a thorn inside the throat, and I'm trying to remove it. And then when I remove it, I let it go. So again, what the devotee see for a moment, the thought was crazy. It's like if you come to my house, maybe after this class at 10 o'clock, I'm taking rest. You go to Calcutta and preach and you come back. Let's say I ask you, can you bring some grape or something? Then when you come back 7 o'clock, you still find me on the bed. You think this Ganga is a rascal. All day sleeping on the bed. Maybe in between I went and did so many things. It's just that you came at 2 different times when I was taking rest. So our perception is not necessarily the truth. The best is to go to ask that devotee, please, Prabhu, I don't want to make any offense against you. I've seen you're doing this. You're preaching to this young girl. Maybe you say, yeah, that's my daughter. Or that's my cousin sister. Whatever. I don't know. So everything becomes clear. And if we see repeatedly something wrong, then we go to the authority. Prabhu is there. And many other senior devotees say, you go and say, Prabhuji, can you speak to this devotee? I see they are doing this. Maybe it's correct or not. I don't know. So that way, you don't need to go and tell everybody, oh, this guy is a rascal, the guy is a woman hunter, that guy is a fallen. We cannot see with the eyes properly. Our senses are. And now what we see many times is the reflection of what we have inside our head. So let us be careful. My advice is this. Either go to the person and ask humbly what I'm seeing. I don't know if I'm seeing correct. Explain. Or otherwise go to a higher authority and say, Prabhuji, I'm seeing this. I don't know if it's correct or wrong. Does this answer your question? But don't participate in a criticism. Walk away. Hare Krishna. So thank you very much for everybody. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama. Srila Prabhupada ki, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki, Go